What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about TOSHI today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, here we are on this, the third day of May, sitting at about 3041 right now, consolidating still. Very, very tight consolidation here. We're on the MEXC chart, so the volume, don't worry about it. The volume, in fact, it's not going to help us out. Let's just mute the volume there, at least for now. Looking at the daily RSI here, we're very, very postured, very, very coiled up to see some higher prices. I think that we will, but we might continue to consolidate a little bit more before that happens, right? We don't have to move up right now, and I actually do anticipate that we'll pull down a little bit beforehand. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we are consolidating and rejecting the 60 area after getting overbought, getting above the 60 effortlessly the last few times off of all these bounces, right? I think I said this exact thing yesterday or in last night's video. From a low point to a high point, you ripped right through. Low point to a high point, you ripped right through. Low point to a high point, ripped right through. And then this time you're having trouble. You're having trouble breaking above the 60 time and time again. So I do believe that you're going to be going lower. I think that this is a opportunity to see the oversold zone for once. You know, it's been a little while since you've seen that consolidate and break down a little bit more, right? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I think that if we were looking at this kind of trend line as a line of support, I wouldn't, but maybe, right? The first reaction was positive. Whoop, that's not what I meant to do. The first reaction was positive. The second reaction was positive. The third reaction, you couldn't even get there. It was so positive. But the fourth reaction here, you're consolidating. It's different behavior might get different results, right? Instead of an upside movement, you're going to get a downside movement. That's my assumption there. And also, you kind of have an obvious double top look here, right? So if this is a double top, and I think it is a double top, from a low to a high, that's not the low, but that is the high. Oh, come on, man. I need to get a mouse. That's what I need. Screw this mouse pad. I need an actual mouse. Rejecting the 236. Yeah, man, it's very, very clear, at least in my opinion. You're going to be moving lower. You would at least expect the 0.5 from here, but I'm expecting the golden ratio. I think that we'll stop somewhere around 0.00035 to 0.000338. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but what that would imply is that from this current area, you're going to drop about 15%, 14%, maybe at the most about 17, 18%. Yeah, something like that could happen. It wouldn't surprise me, especially because I'm considering that Bitcoin will drop about 8% from here. So TOSHI going down that much makes sense to me. You'd be in your oversold zone with a move like that. You'd probably cool off, get yourself set up for some bullish divergence and another move higher. I want to put some lines here and just see if there's any significance right there. Let's see, right at the golden ratio there, because I'm very convinced this is where you're going to go. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not saying sell now, buy there. What I am saying is if I was looking to buy, I'd wait to buy in this area personally. Maybe even just above this area, because that's how I do it personally. Not really significant. No, not a lot of significance on the price. Not really. No. Yeah, not a lot at all. Even from all these resistance points. So if anything, maybe you find support a little bit higher or a little bit lower. You could promote some kind of double bottom here right off of your relative 0.5, right? Let's just see. Let's get all this back here. Get that fib on there. We'll delete these lines. The 0.5 is right here with this low, so it's possible you don't even drop that much. You drop, and it's still a little bit. It's still significant. You know, a 10% drop is not anything that anybody wants to sit through, let alone a 20% drop or anything on those kind of lines. But you could see some kind of double bottom. And that 0.5 there, if we put a line of support right there, that 0.5 area, you found resistance here, support there, support kind of right there, resistance right there, support right there. And it's less significant there. A little resistance right there. You know, it's more significant than your golden ratio. A lot of cryptos like to find support at their 0.5, so it's possible. It's a possible outcome. You could definitely find support right there. Let's leave that line up and just see if we can go with something else here too. From a low to a high. Low, get the low. Come on, there we go. Low to the high. That's below the 236. Yeah, that gets rid of that opportunity. So we're probably not going to stop there. Even though it makes sense on the price action, I'm going to stick with my original call. I think that you do find support at the relative golden ratio here, which would be at, come on now, that'd be at about 0.0035 to 0.00038, okay? And you'll probably find support right off of this 382, right there at 0.00033. 99 right there. I expect that you go right there. You bounce off of this. Yes, I remember this target. That's the ultimate target, right? That's where you're going to go. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I do believe that that's where you're going to go probably over the coming days, right? We're looking at this on a 4-hour basis. This shouldn't take too long. It's going to be, a few days to the downside, and then you'll recover and continue on your merry way to the upside. It's just going to be a higher low overall in this path of higher lows and higher highs. Looking at this on a daily time frame here, let's see what we got going on from an overall all-time high to this relative lows perspective. So you're not even at your 382. Come here, Rafiki. Come here, buddy. Yeah, I don't even have to look at him anymore. I just tell him to come here. He's just so needy. He's just a needy little boy. All right, let's see. 00041 right now. What would this be? I said 0003399, right? So a little bit below the 236. Yeah, that can happen. You found support just below it. I think that you will. I mean, maybe there are cases to be made. And I'm having a hard time. If it sounds like I'm struggling here determining where it's going to go, it's because there's a lot of cases to be made for this 00036 area to be supportive. I'm just not in favor of it. I really do think that you're going to go a little bit lower. 0003399. Yeah, somewhere right around there, right around this price here. But inevitably, I was just seeing if this would line up with anything on the fibs, but it really doesn't. But inevitably, I do think that you're going to go higher. I don't think that you're stopping here, and I think that whenever it comes time to move higher, you're going to go all the way up to your golden ratio at about 0.001, something in this area here, right? That's where you're going to find support or resistance from the current price. That's an overall pump of about 119 to 160%. I think that you're going to achieve this in the month of May, right? And probably even surpass this in the month of May. But this is just like the next stop to look forward to, right? Like here, from a low point, here's a stop coming down, then you moved up, here's a stop coming up, here's another stop coming up, you move down, here's your next stop. I think that's going to be your next stop. You're really going to break away from this downtrend. You're really going to take off with your uptrend here. And I think that, something around 201 is your next destination after you resolve yourself to the downside. Overall, inevitably, by the end of June, early July, I would anticipate that you're at about 0.045 to 1 cent itself, anything and everything in between this area. That's kind of the expectation. And being here at 304 right now with the potential to get rid of 2 of those zeros right there, that's pretty impressive gains. I'm not saying and I'm not guaranteeing, I'm not promising. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But I'm not saying that you're going to get a 25x. I'm just saying you could. Right, this thing's got a low enough market cap. It's a meme coin. It's got the right pumpamentals, as Ivan on Tech would say. It's good. It could happen. But if not, the 1272, that's at about a 11x from here, a 10x from here, if not even just above the 1414, which is about a 16x from here. Expecting good things to come, just a little turbulence over the coming days. I don't have anything else that I want to say, so I'm going to end the video there. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'm just going to check the ribbons real quick. Yeah, looking at the daily ribbon. Daily ribbons are about to cross. It makes sense when they're about to cross. Sometimes you do pull back into it, even a little bit through it, and then you move up. You get some volatility with these crosses. 3-day time frame, looking to cross it, looking to get it crossed here. But over the next 7 hours, if you come down a little bit, that could hurt it. I wouldn't be surprised if you came back down a little bit. Weekly, it's too new to really say. So what about the 4 hours? Sometimes you show more significance if it's a newer chart, because it's all you have. The 4 hour looks like it wants to cross to the downside, so it probably does. So over the coming days, downside, over the coming weeks, upside. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and forgive my cat for meowing a lot. I don't know what's up with him. He probably wants to go outside, but all right, take care, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I said bye-bye. Why is it not working? Hold on. What's going on? I don't even know if this is still recording right now. It says it's